Hello everyone! In today's training, I want to quickly teach you how to master pain points. So this is a copywriting guide, but it also will really help you to develop audience intelligence and basically craft better sales pages and craft better offers. So you should find a cheat sheet with a prompt in the description of this video from wherever you're watching. And I got the idea for this video because I'm currently working through a irresistible offer slide deck of one of my coaching mini membership method students. And so one of the things that I want to actually rework with her is the pain point. So here you see, and by the way, I have permission to use that. So here you see that, are you tired of feeling frustrated with dating apps, texting, or the kind of man you meet, discouraged by dead end dates, afraid of rejection, get hurt or stay alone forever, confused? So all of these pain points are already pretty good, right? And this is for her year-long program, The Conscious Love Method. For single women, learn the conscious dating strategies that lead you to attracting high-quality prospects and create a healthy, loving relationship with the love of your life, right? So I think those are already pretty good. And this is what people usually teach. But I personally love to kind of dig a little bit deeper and have those rawer, realer, and more specific. And in today's training, I want to show you exactly how you can do that with just a few clicks. Okay, so please make sure you have the cheat sheet. Now, the next thing we're going to need is, you guessed it, ChatGPT. And I'm gonna show you how to make this even better. Okay, so I'm just actually, I want to start in a different way because I don't want to prompt it so much. I want to start with the bold promise of her program. And now I want to come to ChatGPT here. And here's the prompt that I also shared with you. So the pain point prompt for ChatGPT is, can we please zoom in the underlying thoughts and feelings of my ideal client for this offer? What's the conversation in their head? What are they saying to themselves about the situation? I want to extract pain points as single thoughts. Please keep it raw and real and show me the full spectrum with a long list of bullet points. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the prompt. Just under the bold promise, under the above the fold section of the sales page, I'm just gonna paste this here, and then we will see a long list of potential pain points. Why does it feel like everyone else found love except of me? Am I destined to be alone? Why do I always attract the wrong type of people? Maybe I'm just too complicated to be loved. I'm starting to feel invisible. Self-worth, am I good enough to be loved? Maybe I feel if I lose a little bit of weight, why would anyone want to be with me? I feel like I have to settle because nobody will want me for who I am. I'm afraid I end up alone. So now basically what I will be doing is I will extract those that I know resonate well based on the sales pitch that I read. But of course, if you wrote it, right, and if it's your program, you will know what really resonates with you. So I think this is really powerful. Why does it feel like everyone else has found love except of me? Then we have the, am I destined to be alone? I like this, but I'm afraid I'll end up alone is almost better. I also like, I don't want to be hurt again. I want to dig a little. So actually this one I think is perfect. So I'm just gonna put it aside as an example here. Example. Now I want to dig a little bit deeper on that. So I want to say, I want to dig deeper here. Can you give me more thoughts? So I'm really trying to zoom into that pain point again. The idea of being alone forever terrifies me. I don't want to grow old alone. I can't shake the feeling that time is running out. That one I think is really powerful. Okay. What if my soulmate doesn't exist? I think is really powerful. Should I lower my standards just to avoid being alone? This is something that I would actually almost pull out as a headline. Have you asked yourself, should I lower my standards just to avoid, should I lower my standards to avoid being alone? So I want to keep that, but I wouldn't directly put it here in the sales pitch into kind of the pain point section. Here I would want to have something that is more all-encompassing. And I really love this, I can't shake the feeling that time is running out, because it gives urgency, and it also umbrellas this idea of I'm terrified to be alone without explicitly saying it. And that's something that I find works really, really well when we are not too explicit. Then let me see, what else do we have here? My last relationship was a disaster. How do I avoid make the same mistake? I don't have time to be picky. So this is about the dating apps. I want to dig deeper here. I want to dig deeper here. I feel like I'm constantly putting on a show to impress someone. That is might be too specific. So we also want to have pain points that are very likely true for the majority of our ideal audience. Oh, I love this one. I spend so much energy swiping and texting, and for what? So uh, this encompasses, again, right, while being super specific on their everyday experiences, like, oh, I spent hours here, like, for what? Or when you go home from a date and it didn't work out, you're like, oh, why did I do this? So this, like, feeling of wasted time is so specific. At the same time, the experience is so universally relevant for my ideal client that makes a really good pain point. And I'm typically looking like for 5, 7. I don't want to overload the page either. Why can't people just be, oh, every bad date or ghosting experience takes a toll on my self-esteem. I don't even have time. The idea of meeting a new person and going through the whole getting to know you phase gives me anxiety. I like this. Can we look under this? So also, it feels like this investing so much time, and then it chips away from the time you have left. The more I get to know him, the more emotional. What if I invest my time and emotional energy for nothing? Can we have more around this and the initial phase that might lead to nothing? Again. Every time I invest emotionally and it doesn't work out, I feel depleted. It's so tiring to care about someone and get invested only to have to start over with someone else. I like that. What if, while I'm wasting time on the person who won't commit, I miss meeting someone who is better? That's probably too specific. I don't want to become bitter or stop believing in love because of repeated disappointments. I think this is beautiful. What one line would you say deeply summarizes the experience? Navigating the dating landscape feels like an emotional roller coaster of hope and disappointment, where the investment of time and vulnerability often leads to dead ends, leaving me question my worth and that, but a lot simpler. And how they would actually say it. Just what's the biggest fear / pain? Dating makes me feel like a waste of time, and emotions makes me wonder if love's even out there. As for the biggest fear or pain point, it's likely existential worry that all emotions and time invested. Um, that probably starts to feel a little bit redundant, and it's a little bit too complicated. So let me see what we had here in connection with that. Can you speak to the pain point of longing and feeling hopeless? Okay. The more I long for it, the further it seems away. I feel like that's good, but a lot simpler. Good, but a lot simpler. Realer and rawer. Again, so I really try to make this. It should be like somebody would speak to themselves in their head. It feels like the more I want to love, the more it slips away from me. I'm chasing something I'll never catch. Simpler one-liners in their head. I think the last kind of pain point is, what if I never find the one? Along the lines of, what if I never find the one? What if the one doesn't exist for me? I think this is a really good kind of wrap up. And I hope we can see a little bit how this is different. So if I now write on the sales page, does any of this, right? I'm not saying does any of this sound like you? Can you see how this gets less rejection when I read it and more, yes, I can see myself in here when you say you're tired of feeling frustrated, discouraged, afraid, confused, right? So this feels almost like I'm fear mongered, right? So there's a lot of negative emotions, whereas when I say it in this way, I feel like, okay, there's somebody who can truly understand where I am, right? And there's at least one or the other nuance that I'm seeing myself in here. So you can also write this in different ways. So here I would say, does any of this sound like you? And this is what I would work out. You can also try use other ways to formulate the pain points. Some of my favorite ones are, trying to get X feels like Y, right? So these are my pain points now, but I would love another angle of trying to find the one feels like, and then please add how it feels in a similar way. No, right. Trying to find the one feels like, and then make pain similar to the ones I shared from the format, but pick the right pain points. Okay, well, trying to find the one feels like I am wasting my time. Like this. Let's see if it gets it now. It won't do it. Usually it does it, but basically you could say the same pain points from a different angle, where you say trying to feel, if, if trying to feel find the one feels like, I'm spending hours on dating apps and getting nowhere, etc. So you could have this as an angle, works really well. Then here's what you've been told to do when trying to find the one, and then all the pain points that come with what they have been told to do, and then alternatives that they have been trying, but how they make them feel. Those are all kind of ways that I love to agitate pain points on the sales page, but I always surface them with this prompt. Okay, so I hope you found this helpful. I have to jump to another call, and I hope you'll try this. I think you'll gain so much valuable insight from this exercise alone, whether you use it in a sales page, for email copy, etc., or even for what you need to include in your offer and how. Thank you so much, and bye for now.